Welcome back to the channel, chess friends. Today for our opening laboratory format, we are going to try an opening that many of you have asked for. We have already made a video about it here, which is the Catalan Opening. Specifically, I will show it to you with my move order. So this one here with d4, and then instead of playing c4 immediately, we castle first. And after that, we put the king to safety, and only then do we try to play the move c4. In today's game, we will see in particular an opponent who defended with the stonewall structure, which is, let's say, a very common structure as well. It's important to know how to play against the stonewall, so without further ado, I'll leave you with the game, which is quite illustrative. Enjoy the game. So our opponent is 1800. Let's see if we can try this Catalan. Okay, perfect. He plays with a 6, so he is playing in a very, very classic way, and we can play the Catalan that I just talked to you about in the video. So let's place the pieces first. Let's set up the pieces first. So knight f3, g3, bishop g2. We castle short, and only now you see, okay, he turned it into a stonewall style. That's fine with us. Let's see this other formation. We can now play c4. He defends with c6. So here I'll give you a little piece of news. In this position, the knight can go to c3, something we might not do in other Catalan setups. Why can it go here? Because if he were to take, this structure is much weaker. So for him, obviously, it's more problematic. And at this point, I would almost treat it as if it were a kind of stonewall in reverse. And so at this point, we go to remove his strong piece. It is true that our structure worsens, but in reality, this pawn is quite solid. We will then defend it with a 3, and obviously the knight can jump to f5. So strategically, we are doing something very, very accurate. The knight here doesn't scare us. We can play our e3, and at this point, we probably get going. Okay, here we have to decide. Queen c2, queen d3. Let's say that here our plan, very simple, can be to carry out this minority attack. So now let's decide where to put our queen. I almost think I'll put it in... Maybe I'll put it in d3. Because... No, but maybe because I actually want to prevent any captures. You never know. But actually in this position, you probably can never make that move because the knight is always hanging. So I'll put it on c2 and I'm quite relaxed. Okay, now I'm ready and I can start going with my plan. Queen f6, obviously. His idea is to bring some attackers, maybe. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't scare us too much at the moment. I'd say it's time to start accelerating a little by playing this b4. He will obviously want to bring the queen. Maybe he'll want to bring the rook. He'll want to bring the knight, but obviously this will take some time. He doesn't have many attackers, so in the meantime, we generate enough counterplay to tell him, listen, you can't go attacking because I'm faster. You see queen g6. At this moment, we are calling them all. His problem is that I basically have no fear because there is no threat. And at the moment, I don't see... No, I mean, the knight will probably arrive, but even if the knight arrives, nothing happens. And so I can proceed calmly with the execution of my plan. You see, he is ignoring my plan on the queen side a bit too much. Meanwhile, his plan on the king side is struggling to get started. I don't know. Maybe he plays h5, h4, h3, but it seems very slow to me. And strategically, this position is dangerous for him because obviously this bishop is, let's say, obviously more than badly positioned. I would say it has a miserable existence. So here, in my opinion, it's already an excellent position for us because we have this dominance on the queen side. And I repeat, I don't see any great offensive potential for him. Should he arrive with an h4 pawn, we can always play h3. So, okay, king h8, classic move. I don't know. Maybe he wants to launch the queen via g5. I don't know. Let's remove some colors. Otherwise, we'll all get confused. Okay, let's see how to increase our pressure on the queen side. I wouldn't be in a hurry to open hostilities. I'd say I'll start with a rook b1. A nice rook b1. Let's put the rook on the file. Okay, knight b6. Now we have to open hostilities because now c4 is obviously hanging. Now c4 is hanging, so we need to open up hostilities a bit. It could probably be a nice idea to start with knight e5. Why not? After all, it doesn't seem to me that he has an attack anywhere, so we can remove the defender. You see, before I remove this defender, I think about it a little bit, right? Because in any case, it's an important defender, but since he doesn't have an attack, we can afford, let's say, to play this knight e5, which, by the way, will force him to return to e8 because I'm also attacking this. So there are several problems in this position. So for now, we'll play knight e5. He will probably try to play queen e8 and then g5, but I repeat, his attack seems a bit This game, in my opinion, is very illustrative because the stonewall, exactly, queen e8, the stonewall is a very annoying variation. But you see, when the stonewall attack fades, strategically, it doesn't convince me that much. Okay, here we can play either c5, which is interesting, or we could capture first, creating that weakness, but I don't want to give this square to the bishop, so I don't know if I want... Actually, I do know. I don't want to capture, so I will start with the move c5, taking more space, especially now that we are putting this knight in a difficult spot. Because he now goes to d7, and in my opinion, there could already be tactics here because I can capture here. If he captures here, I can play an intermediate move and capture down there, and at the very least, I've won a pawn. Let's see if I should play knight takes e4 first. Maybe not, because then after knight takes e5, I give him knight f3. I don't want to give him that. Let's always remove a bit of color. So this is defended. In case of capture, I have the intermediate move. Okay, it's not so clear because there's also knight takes c5. I have to be careful here. So maybe the tactic isn't there. Okay. Maybe there isn't the tactic for knight takes c5, which is a nice discovery. But I also have a discovery. I have a knight takes a7. So anyway, we are all well covered with the discoveries. We are all well covered. So let's think for a moment, because I'm in no rush here, obviously, strategically, to do anything. No, in my opinion, we should do this because that way we create a weakness there. He plays knight takes e5, which is a mistake, in my opinion. He even played it instantly because he should have captured and then maybe knight takes c5. And so at this point, this one here seems like a good intermediate move to me. Because let's say I should have won a pawn. Now I can either take the bishop and obviously also take the knight. So now I have to evaluate which one might, let's say, suit our needs. Both are interesting because this knight might become annoying, right? So maybe I'll take the knight, you know? Because the bishop honestly doesn't scare me that much. The knight is a bit of a nuisance to me. The knight is a bit of a nuisance. It's true that it then activates via 6. Okay, both are interesting. The important thing, however, is that I need to move because otherwise I'm running a bit low on time. Okay, maybe. But knight c4, no knight c4, knight takes e4, knight g4. Oh, well, in the end I can play h3. It has to go back. All right, come on, I'll take this. Okay, both moves could certainly have been interesting, but okay, let's play this one. I'm quite happy with it. Knight g4, h3. Let's get rid of it for a moment from the annoyances. The rook is very strong. Obviously, now the pawn is passed. Naturally, I spent a bit too much time commenting on this position for you, which I think is very interesting. And let's say I've reduced myself to 4 minutes, so now let's speed things up a bit. We'll probably take this one out now. Okay. Oh, well, come on, let's go. We'll take this one out. Pawn 4, and I'd say this one here is a nice asset. This here is a nice asset to have. We put it on c6. We're ready to activate the rook, and in any case, the bishop is also ready to come back into play now. His knight, you see, is very limited. His rook has difficulty moving because c7 is under attack. I'd say the position has materialized exactly as it should have, meaning his attack went nowhere. So in the meantime, we defend this. His attack went nowhere. And at the same time, I had dominance on the queen's rook, which obviously allowed me to have these nice advantages. Okay, there's already this one under attack, which is interesting, very interesting. Obviously, if he leaves it for us, we'll take it. Our castling is completely protected. Queen to 4, queen takes. Then we also attack this. It all seems all very nice. All very nice. Also c6, but I don't want to play c7 because maybe knight d7. I don't want to give squares to my opponent's pieces, you see. Maybe I'll activate the bishop first. Okay, the important thing is obviously to move quickly in this position. The advantage has already been taken. Okay, he plays a 6 trying to defend what can be defended. Okay, he still has no attackers. Maybe I can play bishop f1 to bring one more of mine into the game. Queen g6, king h2. And there is nothing, but g5 bothers me, so I don't want to, rush from that point of view. So let's play queen a4. Let's play queen a4 without risks. We'll take the pawn. I have no motive, but let's keep the bishop here. Come on, so it defends my king. I don't want to, because you never know. A g5 move opens the f file, and then if the king has to move away, this isn't defended. I don't want to take any risks. Queen a4, let's aim to take this. Okay, that's fine. It's hanging, let's take it. Rook here, rook a7, obviously. Rook takes c6. Oops, sorry, rook takes c6. I'm sleeping for a second. Rook takes c6 is actually good, but we can make this move here, and now we can make this other one, which in my opinion is very strong, because basically it forces you to trade queens. And this endgame with a passed pawn and the bishop at the left, obviously besides the weakness on e6, technically this is very problematic for you, right? Really very problematic. Okay, let's start by playing rook to c2 for now. Then let's move the bishop over here to b5 now. After that, we should play a4. Now let's bring the bishop back to this square, bishop to b5 again, and finally let's play a4 to solidify our position. The knight is completely restricted now. This is a technical endgame, huh? You see a4, knight e7 is still restricted, so I'd say it's time to... Oh, well, let's bring the rook too, putting his king in trouble as well, which has to go to f6. The knight can't go anywhere, so I'd say now we bring our king up too. This is a fairly simple little technical endgame. We have 2 minutes and 45, but now we'll just simply bring the king up. We just need to be careful about a possible entry of the king attacking this pawn, but it's very complicated because obviously our bishop is very fast. It can easily attack this one. You see, the problem with chess is when you get into an endgame and you have an important asset like the a4 pawn, your pieces are a bit stuck here in this position. Now he is looking to play knight to d6 to attack our bishop, so we need to make a move of super prophylaxis. But by doing this, or perhaps doing this instead, where exactly should we put it? Well, let us just go ahead and put it right here. Come on now. We'll put it here. Let's also do a bit of prophylaxis. Obviously, okay, the threat is this one here. Exchanging rooks. The endgame is very unpleasant, and now we can probably go chase him. We can even go eat this one. I don't see why not. Check, I go here, no problem. Check, I go there, no problem. And here everyone starts to fall apart a bit, because you see, as soon as you move away from the first asset, obviously you start losing the rest. A minimum amount of attention must be paid to this issue. There are crazy moves, you know, strange ones with the rook and the knight, but anyway, there's not much to do. If it weren't for the 2 minutes that, quote unquote, put me a bit on edge, having to move quickly because we're trying this time control without the increment, which I don't like, but at least there's a bit more time to discuss. Hey, okay, I think we'll just take this anyway. With check king here, we can already trade rooks, right? Sorry, by trade, I mean... let's go and eat up a bit of everything that's left on this board, this one here. And here, let's say, there are a lot of extra pawns. This one here, rook takes e4. And anyway, now let's just say we decide to put the rook back into play for a moment. Let's put the rook back into play. And now let's bring the king up too. And then we'll start activating, let's say, everything that's left on this board. Oops, I can't make this move. Oh god, actually I could even make it. It's not like... Let's do it. Let's do this one so we also annoy him a bit. Let's do this one and here. Okay, I don't want to lose that pawn. I don't want to lose that pawn because I don't want to take any risks. So let's work a bit of zugzwang just for the meme a little bit too. Oh, well, let's take them. I'll take with the rook. We are much more active, obviously, so we can take this poetic license to give up material. You see, we are obviously pushing him to the edge. Our pawns are going. Even if he takes this, obviously, it's not a problem. Our activity is too strong. Let's give this check. Let's bring this here. And anyway, now we're moving along nice and fast. This one here is, it's a bit tough to defend this endgame, obviously. It's almost impossible. He'll try to flag us because we have a minute, but anyway, I'm quite confident about being able to bring it home without too many problems. Now we push. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this one too. Come on. Let's not concede anything. Yes, we also have rook e5, if needed, this one here. Now this and this, obviously, right? He's trying to flag us with everything he's got, naturally. But obviously 57 seconds is an eternity to win this game, in fact, and indeed he resigns. Well, a very, very interesting game. As you can see, let's say this Catalan, which then evolved into a Stonewall, but it's a fairly likely evolution, so it's good that this game happened, because actually the way the game went on, in my opinion, is the way you need to play against this Stonewall. So I hope you found it, that you found it useful, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next videos.